Hello everybody and welcome back to part 2 of the Pokemon Fire Red walkthrough. My name is Jack from Secondslater, yeah. Wrong channel almost. Oops. So yeah, in last episode we got our first Pokemon, Bud the Bulbasaur. And this time we're just going to be heading out onto Route 1 and getting to Viridian City. Oh, there's our first encounter. Now we can actually do the encounters because we have Pokeballs. So let's start off with Rattata. Now, before I get into this bio, I want to say how I'm going to be doing them. I'm going to be, every time, telling you this Pokemon and its next, and all of the evolutions. Because, and last time I recorded this, I decided not to do that, but then there's a lot of Pokemon that got left out, and I figure no one's going to be catching a Rattata in like 3 routes from now. People are going to catch them here. So I might as well tell you what they turn into and how good they get. You know what I mean? So Rattata, surprisingly underrated. It's got a really good attack stat and very high speed for the first encounter in the game. Like it has like 90 base speed and it's the first encounter, which is ridiculous. It also learns Hyper Fang at level 13, which is an 80 power and 90 accuracy move. So that's fantastic. So it evolves into Raticate, which it gains some speed and attack, and strangely special defense, even though normal types only have one weakness, which is fighting. But its improvements over Rattata aren't actually that good, so I would recommend Rattata for the early game, but it's not going to get much better until late game. If you talk to this guy, hi, I work at the Pokemon Mart. It's a part of a convenient chain selling all sorts of items. Please visit us in Viridian City. I know, I'll give you a sample. Here you go. And you can get 1 potion to replace the one I had to use in the rival fight. So the next encounter here, and another Pokemon I hate, Pidgey. Just like Charmander, Pidgey is very overrated. Its stats, and it isn't the stats. I'll get into the reason Pidgey is overrated, but let's talk about its evolution and get Pidgey out of the way. Pidgeotto. It gains some necessary stats in defense and speed, but still nothing great. And then finally, Pidgeot. It's mediocre for something that you have to wait 36 levels to get. Its stats aren't anything great, but it's just not worth it. And I will get into in more detail why the Pidgey line isn't very worth it. And I'm sure some of you people already know. Wow. Might as well explain that. Critical hit mechanic. Every Pokemon has a chance. I'm not sure what the chance is. I'll flash it on the screen now. Every Pokemon has a chance to crit. And if you crit, you ignore all stat changes and do twice as much damage as you would do regularly. So if I had twice as much defense and you got a crit on tackle, it would negate the 2 times defense and just do it on my base defense. So that's it for Route 1. It's a pretty short route. Most times trainers want to catch their first Pokemon before they enter Viridian Forest, but you know, I'm making it up since I picked a Bulbasaur, which is a very easy Pokemon to use. I want to make it up and use a very difficult Pokemon. We hope to see you again. Thank you. So, I'm going to actually head into the Pokemon Mart real quick to show off a feature that is useless to me and you, but could be good. There's a questionnaire. Would you like to fill it out? Yes. If you go to this questionnaire and fill it out using the words linked together with all, if you then hit OK, look up, oh, hello, you know those words. That means you must know about the mystery gift. From now on, you should be receiving mystery gifts. Once you save your game, you can access the mystery gift. Now, Mystery Gift back in the day was a way for players to get event Pokemon, like, since this game had come out, there's like stuff like Celebi out, was Jirachi out, Deoxys was out, Mew was you can only get Mew through Mystery Gift, so you had to do that to you know, get the Mystery Gift. You had to be able to get this Pokemon, you had to know that little code. I'm not going to go over there, but for now, we cannot get into the gym because it is locked. I'm not going to talk to that guy yet. I already showed off the potion. Let's check out this other route over here. Route 22, I believe. There it is. Yep, Route 22. And there are actually some new encounters I want to get into right away on this route. So let's see if we can find one. First up, we've got Mankey. Mankey is the first example we have in this game of a physical sweeper. Sweeper is a Pokemon that has a big attack stat or a special attack stat and also a very high speed stat. But it's not one of the better ones. It has a horrible move pool. It doesn't learn any good moves. It knows low kick, which it does damage based on the weight of the opponent's Pokemon, and Karate Chop, which is a very low base power move. But when it evolves into Primate, it gets big stat boosts in like attack and speed and other like defensive stats a little bit. But it doesn't learn any good moves. At level 41 it learns Cross Chop, which is a 100 base power move. But I don't think anyone wants to pretty much have a Pokemon on their team that does nothing for 41 levels. So I would stay away. Level 8, that's pretty good. But good level 8. Next Pokemon you can find on this route, and the reason that Pidgey is horrible, is Spearow. Like I said, this is the reason that I dislike Pidgey so much. Right off the bat, it knows Peck, which is a 35 base power flying type move. Pidgey gets Gust at level 13, I believe. Yes, level 13. Pidgey will get Gust. And oh, excuse me, level 9 it will learn Gust. Sorry, I'm looking at my notes. At level 9, Pidgey learns Gust, which is 40 base power, but right off the bat, Spearow knows Peck and also has a higher attack stat. Also, Spearow learns Aerial Ace through level up. So it's just all in all an improvement. And then it evolves into Spearow, which is an even bigger reason to avoid Pidgey. Fearow has... Did I say Spearow twice? Sorry. Fearow evolves at level 20, or Spearow evolves into Fearow at level 20. Pidgeotto evolves into Pidgeot at level 36. Pidgeot's base stat total means all of its stats added up together is 469, and that's in 36 levels. In 20 levels, Fearow's base stat total is 442. And it has more attack and speed, so it's just barely less. It's like 20 base stat total less. And it has better stats in the stats you'll actually use. So if you want a flying type, don't get Pidgey, get Fearow. Now, if you were to go all the way up here, okay, if you were to go all the way up there, you would fight your rival, and he's going to have a level 9 Pidgey and a level 9 whatever his starter is. For me, it'd be a Charmander. I'm not going to fight him because I don't have 2 Pokemon and I will lose, and the experience isn't necessary. But if you have two members of your party, make sure they're at least above level 9, and take them on, get some good XP and money. Alright, let's get out of here, and I will see you guys back in the Viridian City. Alright, so we're going to head up the way we didn't go. Talk to this guy. Well, now I've had my coffee, and that's what I need to get going. So if you come here before, he'll be laying on the ground, and he won't let you pass until he has his coffee. Which I think is what most people would call diabetes, but I don't think coffee generally will save you from like a diabetic shock attack. I don't think that's what does it, sir. Maybe spending 20 minutes catching a 1 Weedle will. So this guy is going to teach us how to catch a Pokemon. It's pretty simple. I'll teach you in quite shorter... What am I trying to say? I'll teach you in shorter time, and I'll teach you better, I guess, in my illiterate fashion. That's not what illiterate means. I am so out of it. I woke up at 7 o'clock this morning because my goddamn rabbit was like, let me out, let me out, let me out, even though it's not supposed to get out. She's just banging on the cage, and I woke up and now I'm wicked tired, but I want to get this out because I recorded a video with a really cool guy, and I want to get some of these out before that video goes up. It will teach you about the basics of being Pokemon. So, catching Pokemon, god damn it, now I'm all flustered. Catching Pokemon, all you gotta do is weaken it, and if it's lower health, the higher chance you have of catching it. And if it has a status effect like paralysis or sleep, it'll make it easier to catch as well. Also, something I forgot to mention when we were talking about critical hits. Back in the first gen, like red, blue, and yellow, critical hits were based on the Pokemon's speed. So that means the higher speed, the higher critical strike chance. Which means just get a team with high stats, or a high speed stat, and you win, because almost all your attacks will crit. Like Persian's OP in first gen, if you're not like speed running. Alright, so heading on to Route 2. There are some new encounters here, but they're also on in the Viridian Forest, so I'm going to choose to not go over them now and hold off on those until Viridian Forest. Let's come in here. Are you going to the Viridian Forest? It's a natural maze in there. Be careful you don't get lost. What do you say? You're being awfully loud over there. My rabbit's being so loud. You're so rude. Rattata may be small, but don't underestimate its wicked bite. Have you caught one already? See, even she's telling you to catch one. She knows how underrated they are. Right, Viridian Forest, our first dungeon. First of all, right here, found an antidote. Easy as that. Then, oh god, there's so many items. Honestly, and this is how much of a loser I am, I didn't know that this item I'm about to get existed because I never went up this way because there's no need to. If you come up here, walk over, pick up a Pokeball. So if you have caught a Pokemon by now, that will make up for the Pokeball you used. And we got our first encounter. What's it gonna be? It's a Caterpie. Yay, now I can go into Caterpie. Alright. Caterpie is the first generic bug-type Pokemon. You're just the worst. Hey. I apologize for this animal that is making all this noise. It dug up all its bedding and now it's trying to eat the newspaper off the gate. Yeah, we'll be right back. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I opened her door, so now she's jumping around my room. Alright. You happy? Alright. Anyways, back to what I was saying. Caterpie. First generic bug-type Pokemon in the game, in any of the games, and it's very weak now, but it gets much better. It will evolve into Metapod. Now, Metapod, it's kind of tanky, and it only learns Harden. You guys know the drill. If you want one, for some reason, if you want a Metapod, I would recommend catching a Caterpie and then evolving it, because then once it evolves into Metapod, it'll still have Tackle. So that's like the only way you can really use it. Once Metapod evolves, it evolves into Butterfree. Butterfree is a bit strange. It has a high special attack stat, and unlike other Pokemon in this game that have like high stats, it can have like high stats, but its typing doesn't use that particular stat. It actually learns some quite good moves to use it. It learns Confusion right away when it's evolved, which is the earliest you can have a Psychic type move in this game. It also learns Psybeam later down the road at about like level 30, where most other third tier Pokemon evolve. So it does get better over time, and I can actually kind of recommend it if you would want one. It's pretty underrated, and you should consider it. Only reason I didn't consider it was because I honestly didn't know how decent it was until a little while ago, so I wasn't considering it. And honestly, I would have used it to make up for the gap in that, like, my easy starter, but I feel like having a bug type and a grass type might be too much, so I'm going to stray away. Next up, we have Weedle. Same as Caterpie, but it has less HP and less attack. Or more attack, excuse me. That's it. That's all I can really say about it. It evolves into Kakuna, which is the same as Metapod, and if you want one, train a Weedle because it only knows Harden. And if you train a Weedle up, it'll have Poison Sting. And last off, Beedrill. Now, I'm sure people are going to be saying, oh, Beedrill, it must be the same as, like, it has a high, or not a high, but, a decent attack stat. And it's like the same as Butterfree, except it has good attack instead of special attack. It's also underrated. No, that's not the case. Beedrill is probably one of the worst Pokemon, worst fully evolved Pokemon in the game, just because of the fact that it has that, like, okay attack stat, but it doesn't learn any good moves to complement it. It gets, like, Twin Needle and Pin Missile, but those are all very low base power. They hit over and over again, but they're so low in base power, it's not worth it. And later on, he gets a Mega Evolution, so he does get some love, but that's not even... That doesn't even exist yet. That idea doesn't even exist yet. So, can't really recommend him. Alright, next up is the Big secret Pokemon in this area. Pikachu. Everyone knows about Pikachu. Pikachu is the mascot for Pokemon. Anyone who says they don't know what Pikachu is a liar. Everyone knows who Pikachu is. And it's actually quite good. It has a pretty good attack, or speed stat, and also some okay special attack for early. But it knows the ability static, which means if you attack it and like do a physical attack, you could be paralyzed. There's a 30% chance to be paralyzed, and paralysis. Every turn you have a 25% chance of being able to do nothing, and also it cuts your speed stat in half. So that's very good, especially this early on in the game. So I would recommend Pikachu, but it gets better. When it turns into Raichu, you need a Thunderstone to evolve it, so you won't be evolving it until later on in the game. But it has a much bigger special attack stat, and an attack stat, weirdly, so it can be, there's some normal type moves it can learn, like Slam. But just make sure you don't evolve it you don't evolve Pikachu into Raichu until you hit level 26, because at level 26 Pikachu learns Thunderbolt, and you really need Thunderbolt to be able to like use Raichu effectively. Otherwise your best electric type move is going to be Shockwave, and you have to learn that through TM. So if you want a Raichu, wait until you get to that point, level 26, excuse me. Alright, I beat that trainer, and then I went and healed up, and actually in that fight, Bud grew 2 levels, and actually learned Vine Whip. He learns it at level 10. That's pretty good. Also, come on now, man. Why you gotta do me like this? What are you doing? Sorry about that, Jesus. Who knew having an animal would make this so hard? I actually went ahead and looked up what the Quiet Nature is, and it's actually very good. It lowers your speed stat, but it raises your special attack stat, which is very good, simply because of the fact that grass types, especially Bulbasaur in general, have low speed stats, so I don't really care if my speed is low, because it's going to be low anyway. Now, I'm going to go ahead and fight this guy, and I'll be right back. Alright, piece of cake. Just continue through this place. It is a maze, but it's pretty easy. There's no really way to get lost. There's no super long dead ends, except for that one at the beginning. Easy enough, but gained 29 experience, and grows to level 12. But grew to level 12. Alright. Oh my god, gonna have to fight this guy. Did you know that Pokemon evolve? No shit. Bug Pokemon evolve quickly. They're a lot of fun. See, if you started off by saying that, it would have made more sense. Alright, in that fight... Well, I guess I can show... Oh! Hello there. Go Bud. Not Pikachu, excuse me. Bud grew to level 13. But, yeah. Here's a Pikachu. There it is. You're welcome? I don't know. Holy shit. I went to speed up, and I just one-shot it with Vine Whip, but then I got paralyzed. Alright, let's go over here. Walk down here to the right, and you can pick yourself up a potion. Pretty cool. Good memes right there. I think I have a paralyzed heal. Oh, I don't. That's cool. It's alright. I already... shit. So, you are going to want to use a potion on your Pokemon, or whichever one you're going to use before you get here, because you're about to get into a required fight real quick. Okay, that's really cool. Alright, as I was saying, you're going to want to heal up before you go there, because you need to fight this guy. Hey, wait up, what's the hurry? Why the rush? Oh my god. He's so, like, he just wants to know where you're going. But it's like, none of your business, asshole. Sammy would like to battle. So now Weedle's level 9. This thing, it's not super annoying, but it can be. Luckily, I'm paralyzed, but even if I weren't paralyzed, I'm a poison type. I'm part poison, so I cannot be poisoned. So this should be easy. Just tackle it to death in my case. Although, because I'm paralyzed, I am slower, which is not fun for me. Let's see if Vine Whip does more. Let's see. I'm not sure it will, but it could. Oh, does less. That's what I thought. Only has 2 PP left, so I'm gonna refrain from using it. Use Tackle. Alright, one more. What Viridian gameplay I know, right? I know one guy who's gonna like it. I'm gonna tell a little story. So, son of a bitch. Like I said before or earlier, I recorded a video with a certain guy. You'll see an update video coming. Like I said on Twitter, go follow me at Twitter at Secondslater. Oh, critical hit. That was useless. Go follow me on Twitter at Secondslater. And be sure to share this around. Self-plug. Also, like the video. But anyway, I recorded a special video with a special guy, and I'm gonna be recording more with him in the future. And I got a comment on my last part of this series that was like, dude, you like, how can I share your video? I want to make you a star. And I right away I was like, all right. So I checked this guy's channel, and he has 0 subscribers. He has 0 videos, and I'm like, is there just like a bot that looks up like Pokemon Fire Red videos, and if he finds anything, he like types that like a bot that just types that random thing into the chat, into like the comments? That's hilarious. And I just commented like, please make me a star, or something stupid like that. But that was funny. I didn't expect it. It was so funny when it happened. What else was I gonna say? Yeah, so that's it for this episode, actually. Next episode, we're gonna take on that gym and go through a route of trainers and maybe speed it up with some music. So that should be fun. See you guys next time. Peace. Oh yeah, and one more thing real quick at the end of the episode. I have been doing these things daily, but the next couple, I think next 4 days are going to be without a video because I'm going on vacation. So that should be fun. But yeah, see you guys.